Are you into no content publishing? Did you know that you can create your own puzzle book interior? Well, today I'm going to show you how to create 4 different puzzle book pages in this puzzle book tutorial. So stick around. Hey Right Riders, Keith Wheeler here, and if you want to continue to get all the hints, tips, and tricks on how to make self-publishing easier, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash that little bell icon so you get alerted each and every time I put out a new video. One of the biggest trends that's popped up in regards to no content book publishing are puzzle books. Now, if you're pressed for time and you have some available funds, then you can purchase a puzzle book creator software. If you want to check out my favorite puzzle book maker, you can head on over to my affiliate link at kwheelerbooks.com/puzzles. And I'll also leave a link in the description below. But if you have more time than funds, or maybe you just like the creative control and freedom that comes with creating no content books yourself, then let me show you how to be your own puzzle book maker. And the best part is that you can mix and match these puzzle book pages and make activity books for kids or adults. You're only limited by your imagination. Now enough talking, let's get started. Setting our margins. Now here we are in PowerPoint, and I'm going to go in and create a blank presentation. We're going to design, slide size, custom slide size, and I'm going to make these 8.5 by 11 just because it's normal page size, but you can make these any size you want. Ensure fit. I'm going to Control A and delete all this interior stuff because I don't need it. I'm going to go to Insert, and create a shape, just go for a square. Doesn't matter. I'm going to right click inside it. I'm going to go to size and position. And I'm going to make the height 11 inches. And I'm going to make the width 0.5. So this will go on one of these. And then I'm going to Control C to copy, Control V to paste it. Drag and drop it over here. Control C, Control V. Now this one, I'm going to go over and change the height to 0.5, and I'm going to make the width 8.5. And this will be for my top. Control C, Control V. This will be for my bottom. And there we go. There are my 1/2 inch margins all the way around. Now, as you can see, I have my grid lines and my guidelines turned on. I'm going to go to View, and there are the boxes right here. You can turn on your ruler, your guidelines, or your grid lines. I like to keep them all on when I'm doing puzzle book pages, but depending on your needs and your desires and what you like, you can turn those on or off. Tic Tac Toe. So I'm going to insert, I'll go to a table. Now, most Tic Tac Toe boards are 3 by 3. Which is exactly what we're going to do, but I'm going to make this table 5 by 5, and you'll see why in a second. Do it 5 by 5. I'm going to hold my shift. I'm going to go to the 3 middle cells, and then go down 3. And I'm just going to right click. I'm going to go over to my borders right here, and I'm going to click on inside borders. There we go. There's my Tic Tac Toe board. Now I'm just going to click inside here. Control A, and I want to get rid of the shading. You can just right click inside here, go to the shading, the shape fill, no fill, and there we go. There is my first Tic Tac Toe board. The reason why I did a 5 by 5 is so that way I have a row above, a row below, a column to the left, and a column to the right, just so there's some spacing between my Tic Tac Toe boards. I can just manipulate this to the size I want. That looks good. And now I'm just going to click on it, drag it right here. I can use my arrow keys to move them exactly in the place that I'd like. Move this over just a hair, just so it's centered. There we go. And now I can just Control C, Control V. Just take that one, use my arrow keys, move it right back over. Now that I have these two, I can just click on this one, hold my shift key, click on the next one, Control C, Control V. And I'm just going to drag these, put them down here. them up. There we go. Control C, Control V. Do the same thing. I'm trying to get 8 on a page, so I'll do that, and I'll do it one more time. And that's why the guidelines are really good, because it helps you with the spacing. And there we go. There's our Tic Tac Toe puzzle page. Now we just need to go through and click on the margins and delete them. And we just click on this, Control C, Control V, and duplicate this page as many times as I need.
Hangman.
We're going to insert. And the first thing we're going to want to do is put in some instructions. Put that right here. I want to be consistent and use the same font type throughout. So we'll just do Arial Black, and we'll just call this instructions. And then we can up the size if we need to. We'll put the instructions here. One of the most important things that you need is obviously we're going to need the Hangman stand. Go to Insert, Shapes, Line. We'll just draw a line real quick. And obviously the length of the line is going to depend a great deal on the size of your overall page. So for a 5x8, obviously it's going to be smaller than if you're doing an 8.5 by 11 like we're doing here. Right now we're just going to do that, and right here it'll tell you the shape height as well as the width, which obviously in this one the width is 0. I want to change the color to black, and for now let's just round this up to a nice even, let's say 2.5. Do 2.5. Okay. Now I'm just going to go in, I'm going to insert another shape, another line, and we're going to do the base. And we'll make this black. That length actually looks good, but it's not lined up, so we'll drop it down. And we'll insert another shape, line, do the one that goes across the top. Make that black. And then we'll do one more going down. Make that black. That's probably too long. So let's make this, let's see, if we made this 2.5, we'll probably want this to be, let's just say 0.75. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Now you can go to View. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's go to 100% and see how this looks. I want to make sure everything's connected. Use my arrows to fine tune it. There we go. And I know some Hangman boards have like a little angle right here for brace, so we'll do that. Do that, make it black. Okay, there we go. We're going to zoom back out. And you may find that this is not big enough for your needs, and that's fine. I'm going to highlight because I want it to be more centered. So I'm just going to select everything. I can use my arrows to just move it over. Probably move it about there, move it down just a hair. Again, using my guides if I need them. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to put the letters down here so someone can cross those off as people guess. So I'm going to insert a text box. Put a text box here. Again, for consistency, I want to use the same font that I used for the instructions. So we'll do Arial Black. And I'm just going to put my caps lock on, and I'm just going to do the letters and put a space in between them. Okay. Now I want to make this centered, so I'm going to stretch this all the way to the end of the margin. There we go. And then just to make sure it's centered, I'm going to hit the center. Now if you want them to be a little bigger, we can just click inside here. Up the font just a hair. Let's just make it, see what 24 font looks like. Okay, we could do that. Bring this up just a bit. Again, making sure it's centered. The last thing to do is to draw the area where people are going to put their lines. You can either do a shape and a line like we did earlier, or if you want to make it in a box, you can do a square. I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. I just clicked on square, put it where I want it, right click inside. I'm going to put no fill. And then I want to make the outline black, which it already is, but sometimes it'll default to blue. So I'll do that. And then if I take off my margins again, like I did earlier, you'll see the box. Now, if you don't like this box, you can always just put your borders back up by hitting Control Z, and then go in and delete this and replace it with a line. And then again, I want to make that black. There we go. And then we'll go through again, removing all these margins. There we go. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to go in and put the instructions in here, just like I did with the Tic Tac Toe page. I'll go through and I'll just copy these pages as many times as I need. Car window bingo. I'm going to go to Insert, Tables, and you can make it any size you want. I like to make it 5 by 5. And I'm just going to stretch this to the entire size of the canvas. Now, I don't want the shading, so I'm going to go to shading and I'm going to go to no fill, but I do want borders. So I'm just going to put all borders. The middle one, just like with most bingo, I'm going to make a free space. So we'll go to Insert, Text Box, create a text box. I'm going to make it Arial black like we did with the previous page. And I'm just going to put in all caps, free. Maybe we'll do free space. How about that? Free space. Okay, this is obviously too small, so let's up the size a bit. Let's make it centered. There we go. Now, if you want to make yours going vertical, you can just use this rotation tool and rotate it however you'd like. But I like it like that. And so now we need to pick things that people will see when they're on the road. Now, keeping in mind that the user of this activity book could be just driving in the city, could be driving in the country, could be driving on the highway. I like to change it up, especially if I'm doing an activity book for kids. Then I will insert a text box. I'll just put it right here, and let's say a school. Again, we're gonna use the same font, and I'll make that centered. Then I'm just gonna use my arrow key to move it up. Again, guidelines are extremely helpful for that. Okay, so I did school there. I wanna do something a little different in this box. So what I've done is I've gone to pixabay.com and I've downloaded some vector images for free, and I'm gonna go to pictures, and let's do bus. I did one of those. Okay, so we'll do a school bus. So maybe they see a school bus. All right, and again, just to spice it up even more, I'm going to use that rotation tool, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of an angle. Again, I can use my arrow keys to move it perfectly. And then this one, I'm going to put more words. Because I don't want to type in the font type every time, I'm just going to copy this one, paste it, drag and drop it over here. And then, so we did a school. What else someone might see? How about a barn? Maybe they saw barn. Okay. Again, it's centered. Over here, we're going to do another image. How about a dog? Maybe they saw a dog. Cute little puppy. Just move it so it fits in that space. About the same size as the bus. And again, I'm going to rotate it. Maybe I'll rotate it the other way this time. And then we'll click on the word, copy, paste. We'll drag that over here. Maybe something else they saw was a library. And these are definitely not lined up, so we're going to center that. And that's all you have to do. You just pick different items that you think someone might see. Again, you don't want to make it super easy, but you also don't want to make it super hard either. So we're going to do one more. Since I did words, picture, word, picture, I think here we'll do a picture. And I actually have a tree. So chances are they're going to see a tree. and I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. Rotate it a little bit. There we go. When you duplicate these pages, you're going to want to change things out. You're going to want to make it so that way it's not the same on every single page. The items on the bingo chart are going to change. Some may be the same, some may be different. This way, if someone's competing with someone else, they can do it in the same book. But there you have it, car window bingo. Word Square. Now, some of you may or may not be familiar with Word Square. It's a game played by 2 or more players, and they have a 4x4 box. Each person alternates yelling out a letter, and the players fill in one of the boxes with a letter. And the goal is to make as many 4-letter words as possible, going horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. We'll go to Insert, Text Box, draw the text box. We'll do Arial black, and we're just going to do the instructions, and then we'll type the instructions here. If you want to get the exact instructions, you can always just Google and get the instructions on how to play. But the important thing is to make the puzzle page. So we're going to insert a table, and again, it's a 4x4, but I want to do a row above, a row below, a column to the left and column to the right. So I'm going to do 6x6, and then I'm just going to click on the middle ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go to borders, all borders. There we go. Then I just click in here, Control A, get rid of the shading, go to no fill. And now I'm just going to drag this up. Again, can manipulate it to the size you want. Now what I actually am going to do, I'm going to put it right there for now, but I want to go to View, Zoom, and I want to go to 100% because I want to see exactly what it looks like. Depending on the age of the child that you're targeting, you may want to just drag it and make it a little bigger. And then again, I'm just going to Control C, Control V, and just drag this one over. I wouldn't suggest putting more than 2 side by side. Okay, we'll fit to window. I'm going to highlight these, Control C, Control V. I'm probably just going to do 4. I don't want to make it too overwhelming. Maybe I'll take these 2, put them down a little bit. There we go. There is our word square. Obviously I have to put the instructions in. We'll go through and just remove the different margins and then duplicate my page. Don't worry, this will not be the last puzzle book tutorial that I do. So if there's a puzzle book interior that you'd like to see done that I didn't show in this video, then tell me about it in the comments below. I read and respond to each and every comment. Okay, so now that you know how to create some puzzle book interiors, check out this live stream I did where I talk about selling puzzle books. Or you can check out this video that YouTube has queued up for you. I'll see you in the next video, and remember to write right.